Chapter 1: The Rise of a Millionaire. In the lush expanse of 19th century Jamaica, a young man named George Stiebel was quietly carving his path to greatness. Born to a Jamaican mother and a German father, Stiebel's early years were marked by a keen intellect and a relentless drive that would one day propel him to unprecedented heights. As a boy, Stiebel had shown a natural aptitude for business, honing his skills in the family's trading enterprise. But the confines of the island were not enough to satisfy his ambition. With a thirst for adventure and a vision of a future beyond the familiar shores, Stiebel set sail for the South American continent, where the promise of untapped riches beckoned. Arriving in the bustling metropolis of Rio de Janeiro, Stiebel immersed himself in the world of gold mining, a tea industry that was rapidly expanding in the region. His sharp business acumen and unwavering determination quickly caught the attention of local entrepreneurs. And before long, Stiebel had secured a series of lucrative contracts that allowed him to amass a considerable fortune. As the years passed, Stiebel's wealth continued to grow, fueled by his keen eye for opportunity and his relentless pursuit of success. He navigated the intricate web of South American business with the grace of a seasoned diplomat, forging alliances and seizing strategic advantages at every turn. His reputation as a savvy and calculating entrepreneur soon preceded him, and the name George Stiebel became synonymous with financial prowess. Yet, despite his burgeoning wealth and status, Stiebel never forgot his roots. Even as he traversed the world, his heart remained firmly anchored in the lush landscapes and vibrant culture of his homeland. The thought of returning to Jamaica, of contributing to its growth and prosperity, was a constant source of inspiration and motivation. The opportunity to fulfill this dream arrived one fateful day, when Stiebel received news of a profound personal loss. His mother, the woman who had instilled in him a profound love for their shared homeland, had passed away. Grief-stricken but resolute, Stiebel made the decision to return to Jamaica, not merely as a visitor, but as a man determined to leave an indelible mark on the place he called home. As Stiebel's steamship approached the familiar shores of Jamaica, a sense of anticipation and trepidation mingled within him. He was acutely aware of the racial and social barriers that had long plagued the island, barriers that had prevented men of his complexion from attaining the heights of wealth and influence that he had reached. Yet, his unwavering determination and his vision for a brighter future refused to be dimmed. Stepping onto Jamaican soil, Stiebel was greeted by a curious mix of admiration and resentment. The news of his extraordinary success had preceded him, and the local elite found themselves both captivated and threatened by the prospect of a black man wielding such considerable power and resources. Undaunted, Stiebel set about the task of investing in his homeland, his eyes fixed upon a singular goal: the creation of a legacy that would cement his place in Jamaican history. With his wealth and influence, he envisioned a transformation that would transcend the limitations of the past and usher in a new era of prosperity and progress. The first step in this ambitious plan was the acquisition of a sprawling parcel of land, strategically located in the heart of the island's capital. Here, Stiebel would erect a grand mansion, a testament to his success and a symbol of his unwavering commitment to the future of Jamaica. As the foundations of this palatial estate began to take shape, the local community watched with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The scale and opulence of Stiebel's project were unprecedented, and many wondered whether the island's first black millionaire had bitten off more than he could chew. Yet, as the weeks turned into months, Stiebel's determination only grew stronger. He oversaw every aspect of the construction, from the intricate architectural design to the meticulous selection of furnishings that would adorn the interior. Each decision was infused with a vision of grandeur and a steadfast belief in the potential of his homeland. As the silhouette of the magnificent mansion began to rise above the Jamaican landscape, whispers of its splendor spread like wildfire through the island's social circles. The news of Stiebel's ambition had reached the ears of the island's elite, including the powerful and influential Lady Musgrave, the wife of the island's governor. Lady Musgrave, a woman of aristocratic lineage and uncompromising social prejudices, viewed Stiebel's meteoric rise with a mixture of disdain and thinly veiled resentment. In her eyes, the very notion of a black man attaining such wealth and status was an affront to the established social order, a challenge to the long-held beliefs that had sustained the island's hierarchical structure. As the grand mansion neared completion, Lady Musgrave's discomfort only deepened. She watched with a critical eye as Stiebel's creation took shape, its opulent grandeur, a constant reminder of the power and influence that lay in the hands of a man she deemed unworthy. Yet even in the face of this simmering opposition, Stiebel remained steadfast in his vision. He had returned to Jamaica with a single-minded purpose: to invest in the future of his homeland and to leave an enduring legacy that would inspire generations to come. And as the final touches were added to the magnificent estate he had named Devon House, Stiebel knew that this was only the beginning of a journey that would forever shape the course of Jamaican history. Chapter 2: Homecoming and the Birth of Devon House. The grand estate that would soon bear the name Devon House was the physical manifestation of Stiebel's ambitions. Masterfully designed, with intricate architectural flourishes and lavish furnishings, the mansion was a testament to his wealth, his taste, and his unwavering commitment to excellence. The interiors of Devon House were a showcase of Stiebel's discerning eye and his appreciation for the finest craftsmanship. Gleaming hardwood floors, ornate chandeliers, and meticulously curated artwork adorned the palatial rooms, creating an atmosphere of refined elegance that was unparalleled on the island. Stiebel spared no expense in his pursuit of perfection, employing the most skilled artisans and craftsmen to bring his vision to life. The result was a home that not only reflected his personal style, but also embodied his aspirations for Jamaica's future. As the final touches were added to the estate, Stiebel stood back, his gaze sweeping across the magnificent structure. A sense of pride and accomplishment swelled within him, tempered only by the knowledge that his work had only just begun. The grand opening of Devon House was a highly anticipated event, drawing the attention of the island's elite and curious onlookers alike. Stiebel had carefully curated the guest list, ensuring that the event would be a showcase of his influence and the recognition he had earned through his remarkable success. As the guests arrived, their eyes widened in awe, captivated by the sheer grandeur of the mansion. The elegantly dressed attendees marveled at the intricate design, the opulent furnishings, and the meticulous attention to detail that had gone into every aspect of the estate. Yet, amidst the admiration and curiosity, a palpable tension lingered in the air. Lady Musgrave, the governor's wife, had made her presence known, her gaze fixed upon Stiebel with an unwavering intensity. Her disdain for the black millionaire's rise to prominence was evident in the tightness of her smile and the subtle flare of her nostrils. Stiebel, however, remained unfazed. He graciously welcomed his guests, engaging in polite conversation and showcasing the splendor of his creation. His confidence and poise, honed through years of navigating the world of high finance, allowed him to navigate the social minefield with the grace of a seasoned diplomat. As the evening wore on, the guests were treated to a grand display of Stiebel's wealth and vision. The lavish dinner party, complete with live music and exquisite cuisine, left a lasting impression on all in attendance. It was clear that Stiebel had not only arrived, but that he had done so with a bold and unapologetic declaration of his ambitions for Jamaica. Yet, as the guests departed and the final candles were extinguished, Stiebel found himself alone in the expansive halls of Devon House. His gaze lingered on the opulent furnishings, the gleaming floors, and the intricate architectural details that had consumed so much of his time and resources. In that moment, Stiebel knew that the true challenge lay ahead. The construction of the grand mansion was merely the first step in his quest to leave an indelible mark on the island he loved. The true test would be in navigating the social and political landscape, in overcoming the prejudices that threatened to undermine his aspirations. With a deep breath, Stiebel turned his attention to the future, resolute in his determination to transform Jamaica and secure his legacy as the country's first black millionaire. Chapter 3: The Road of Spite and Stiebel's Resilience. The grand opening of Devon House had been a resounding success, solidifying George Stiebel's status as a man of immense wealth and influence. Yet the opulent celebration had also served to ignite the simmering resentment of Lady Musgrave, the governor's wife, who viewed the black millionaire's rise with a mixture of disdain and unease. As the echoes of the lavish party faded, Lady Musgrave found herself consumed by a singular obsession: to undermine Stiebel's growing prominence and put an end to his ambitious plans for the island. Driven by her deep-seated prejudices and a desire to preserve the social order that had long favored the light-skinned elite, she set about devising a scheme that would chip away at the very foundations of Stiebel's grand estate. The opportunity presented itself in the form of a government-backed initiative to improve the island's infrastructure. Lady Musgrave, with her considerable influence and political connections, maneuvered to have a new road constructed in the vicinity of Devon House, a move that would effectively bypass the Grand Mansion and diminish its prominence within the local landscape. Stiebel, ever the astute observer, quickly recognized the underlying motives behind this sudden road project. He understood that Lady Musgrave's actions were not merely a matter of public works, but a calculated attempt to undermine his success and tarnish the legacy he was so determinedly building. Undeterred, Stiebel responded with a display of unwavering resolve. He summoned his team of trusted advisors and set about formulating a strategy to counter Lady Musgrave's machinations. With his wealth and influence, he sought to leverage his connections within the government, determined to find a way to halt the construction of the bypass road and preserve the integrity of his beloved Devon House. The ensuing battle of wills between Stiebel and Lady Musgrave captivated the attention of the island's elite, who watched with bated breath as the two adversaries engaged in a high-stakes game of political maneuvering. Stiebel's supporters, drawn to his vision and his commitment to the betterment of Jamaica, rallied behind him, while Lady Musgrave's allies sought to bolster her efforts to curtail the black millionaire's ambitions. As the months passed, the construction of the bypass road continued, its progress a constant reminder of Lady Musgrave's determination to diminish Stiebel's influence. Yet, Stiebel refused to be cowed. He doubled down on his efforts, using his wealth and connections to exert pressure on the government officials overseeing the project. In a bold move, Stiebel organized a series of lavish events at Devon House, inviting the island's movers and shakers to revel in the splendor of his creation. The grand parties, complete with live music, exquisite cuisine, and an abundance of Stiebel's renowned hospitality, served as a defiant statement, a declaration that he would not be relegated to the sidelines, that his vision for Jamaica's future remained unshakable. The guests who attended these events, many of whom had initially been skeptical of Stiebel's ambitions, found themselves captivated by the sheer grandeur and elegance of Devon House. The mansion, with its intricate architectural details and impeccable furnishings, stood as a testament to Stiebel's wealth, taste, and unwavering determination. As the parties continued, Stiebel's influence began to grow, his reputation as a generous and civic-minded philanthropist spreading through the island's social circles. He used his resources to support local initiatives, investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure projects that directly benefited the Jamaican people. This strategic philanthropy, coupled with his continued defiance of Lady Musgrave's attempts to undermine him, began to shift the tide of public opinion. The once skeptical elite found themselves impressed by Stiebel's commitment to the betterment of his homeland, and many began to reconsider their prejudices against the black millionaire. Lady Musgrave, however, remained steadfast in her opposition, her resentment fueling her determination to see the bypass road project through to completion. She leveraged her political connections, applying pressure on government officials and using her influence to stymie Stiebel's efforts to halt the construction. The Battle of Wills reached a fever pitch as the bypass road neared completion, its looming presence casting a shadow over the grand estate of Devon House. Stiebel, unwavering in his resolve, continued to host his lavish events, using them as a platform to rally support and draw attention to the injustice of Lady Musgrave's actions. As the guests arrived at these parties, they could not help but notice the changing landscape surrounding Devon House. The new road, its broad thoroughfare cutting through the previously serene surroundings, was a constant reminder of the conflict that had engulfed the island's elite. Yet, in the face of this adversity, Stiebel's determination only grew stronger. He used the attention garnered by these events to amplify his message, speaking passionately about his vision for Jamaica's future and the importance of embracing diversity and inclusivity. The guests, captivated by Stiebel's eloquence and his unwavering commitment to his homeland, began to see him in a new light. They marveled at his resilience, his refusal to be cowed by the prejudices that had long plagued the island, and his steadfast belief in the power of determination to overcome even the most formidable of obstacles. As the final touches were added to the bypass road, Stiebel made a bold move. He invited the island's influential figures to a grand celebration at Devon House, a defiant statement of his refusal to be marginalized. The event was a resounding success, drawing the attention of both supporters and detractors alike. During the evening's festivities, Stiebel took to the stage, his commanding presence captivating the audience. In a speech that echoed with the weight of his experiences, he spoke of the importance of embracing diversity and the vital role that the island's Black community played in shaping its future. Jamaica is a land of boundless potential, Stiebel declared, his voice resonating with passion. And it is only through the collective efforts of all her people, regardless of race or social status, that we can unlock that potential and create a future that is truly worthy of our shared heritage. His words, laced with a mix of determination and inspiration, struck a chord with the guests, many of whom found themselves reconsidering their long-held prejudices. Lady Musgrave, seated in the audience, could not help but feel a pang of unease as she witnessed the growing tide of support for the Black millionaire. As the applause faded and the guests dispersed, Stiebel stood alone in the grand foyer of Devon House, his gaze sweeping across the opulent surroundings. He knew that the battle with Lady Musgrave was far from over, but he also recognized that his unwavering commitment to his vision and his ability to rally the support of the community had secured him a hard-won victory. In that moment, Stiebel felt a surge of pride and a renewed sense of purpose. He had returned to Jamaica with a dream, and through his determination and resilience, he had begun to transform that dream into reality. The road of spite that Lady Musgrave had orchestrated had only served to strengthen his resolve, and he knew that the enduring legacy of Devon House would continue to inspire generations of Jamaicans to come.